the screen behind me.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people get distracted by some people watching TV
Oh, I see.
next door in the comments. I'm saying no movie tonight. Just me tonight. I see you. There is like a wall. So energy sphere. Yeah, it's blue and white energy mixture. I see you in this little outline of blue with the white around, like the light. But there is an outline of dark gray. And I think it's like a capsule around you. I think that's why you said that. It's holding you. You cannot see. It's blocking you. The problem is on the back of you, I see like a brick wall in a shape of a rectangle, like a rectangular shape as a door. And you're attached to it with your back. And then I see towards your right shoulder in diagonal, you know, the like one ring, like the rings of Saturn, but there is only one ring and it's just spinning around you behind the wall or through the wall. Yeah, it's like a system. It's like a system that keeps you in that position. Basically, you cannot go out. You can just stand by the wall, like stand. You can't even sit because the right shoulder, because I'm looking at you the opposite way, it goes through your right shoulder, across your torso, and it's like there, and across your back. And those are not nice energies because when I touch, it's cold. It's like metal. And I see some to the right corner of you, there's a lot of metallic parts, like a big pile of metallic parts. And you tell me you crashed. You crashed in South America in the year 1962. Your ships are very different. They're very fast. They have corners, 5 or 6. They're metallic. And your diplomats who come from in that particular life right before you got stuck on Earth and crashed nearby Brazil, outline of Brazil somewhere.
But I was born in 1946.
Yeah, but it's a different timeline.
Oh.
It's a parallel life. And so basically, this is like the wreckage of your spaceship, and you like diplomats, and then you come from the. I see the constellation right here. It's called Sextans, Sextans constellation. You're telling me that the major stars that you incarnated on were Alpha, Beta, Delta, and Gamma, and you have a lot of Milky Ways. You have a lot of it's like portals, but they look like nebulas or Milky Ways. I just see a lot of energy spinning around, and I see 3 of them. Two visible, one invisible, because it's more like energetic, not visible with human eye. And you're tall, you have 6 long fingers. Your skin is like translucent white. I see the eyelids. I see the eyes. Some of the eyes are brown and green mixture. Those are shorter ones. They hybridize with something else. But the other ones, you have bright blue eyes, the same color like the planet. The planet is a mixture, it's like a marble of blue and white. It's not a planet, it's a star. And you're talking about the alpha one, and it's like the light is so bright that it's almost like somebody flashed into my face with a flashlight. And you're saying that you represent the peaceful nation of all the 4 different races from those stars. You are slightly different because you've been hybridized by choice. You wanted to improve something and you did. You became more sensitive because you're saying you mostly like technicians, but after you hybridize yourself, you became more into you're smiling and saying into arts and crafts in your perception of the human being. But we build amazing spaceships. They're fast, they can maneuver, they can change shape and form, they can change frequency, they censor the portals, they adapt to any portal, to any frequency, to any stargate. They have the key to every stargate too. And it's not easy to do, but we do it because we're a very ancient race of humans. Arcturians, those are the ones who are friends with you, and they also provided their it's like they provided their DNA formulas. They didn't give you the DNA. They give you something that looks like crystalline structure of some, and that crystalline structure can be it's like a room with large crystals, and it can you can stay in the room, it can change your DNA, can infuse this sensitivity part into your DNA. The crystals are bright pink, and that's you call it a love infusion rooms that you have there, which makes you hear stars speak to each other, animals, different planets. It's like you become more empathic and sensitive, and all of a sudden you run this program of understanding more, like Arcturians do. Um, and you're saying that those rooms, they are floating rooms. They're very special. I can't understand what it is. It looks huge. It looks like a big umbrella, like the top of the umbrella on top and at the bottom connected. And it's spinning to the left. And inside there is a vacuum space and there's a platform. And there are interesting, there's just like crystals sticking out, but in the shape of a throne or a chair. And you can sit on the chair, and you can improve your DNA. You can add strands of DNA from Arcturians because there's something about these crystals that carry the imprints of their uh, characteristics, qualities they possess, the frequencies of the planet, frequencies that can be conducted into your body and do that. And you just know that crystals can heal, crystals can improve DNA, crystals can give you more abilities to do things that you never thought you could do and develop different characteristics and improve your perception. But it's easier to do there because it was in a higher dimension. I see number 7 and 8 that you particularly were there. But then you said that there was a negotiation going on because the Zeta Grays wanted to take more humans, to receive more human slaves for their projects, to participate in their projects. And you came in 1962 to try to undo the damage because they're already signed some of the papers. And Brazil is, as long as Italy, Spain, and other Argentina, South America, they have important portals and important underground bases that, and the DNA that they wanted to take, to manipulate, to use for the research. And you're like peaceful messengers. You come with proposals, but instead you were hit by some blue giant beams coming from Earth, coming from satellites when you entered the atmosphere. And then you crushed, but the way it was done, it's like you fell on some level. It was some astral level in stratosphere of the planet. And that's where they took 6 of you who came and they separated you and they send you to Earth. And all this that connects you is it's like a net. It's like a net, but there's a guardian of the net. It's an AI spider-looking thing. To me, it's actually more like an octopus now. And I see all the other 5 of you too. You're like energy activator on this ship. I see the captain Ark, 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 think. And you just you don't know what happened, but you ended up at the lab. At the lab, they put a rectangular plate right where your forehead is to block your visual abilities, to affect your vision in the physical in terms of distortion. And I see like squares all connected with. It's like two rows of tiny squares all connected to each other like plates and running on both sides. It looks like an energetic wave because those implants are very strange. Um, they are totally transparent. They're not visible. When I told you touch those on the back along your spinal cord, you touch them and I see how they're connected to the plate in the hand. So from the plate on the head, there's little, but they are totally made out of light frequency, and they're going on both sides of the back, all the way down to your heels of your feet. Um, and that's what is causing you not to be able to move in life, not to be able to proceed the way you want. You almost feel like, and that you have this fear in your chest and stomach, and they're connected in between through the solar plexus, and that came from this unexpected beam coming, hitting your spaceship, and the 1 second panic and then nothing, like, because what the beam did, it knocked your consciousness out. um, that's why you don't remember. And you're standing by this, and I told you can just detach yourself, touch those, deactivate those squares, those rows of squares. You did. Deactivated their metal, bright metal like silver. And you took a plate in front. A plate looks black from here. And you took it out and you're holding it in your hands. And those squares, you just sent through your hands the waves, and you deactivated them. And it's like as if they disappeared after you detached yourself from that brick wall. They're gone. So you're opening a portal and putting everything in the portal. Looks like a black hole in there. And here's this thing. There is a contract. There's a yellow paper contract that those Zeta Grays, they said that they will sign the truth, the peace contract, um, if you do something for them in this lives that you had. I see 15 lives. This is number 15. And you now understand all you did is you signed your prison sentence for those lives, because the truth is they can erase and add more lives, they can add more numbers. And because they say, I see this gray standing right in front, and he's got military guys around him, two on the sides, one on the back. One on the back looks like a captain of some sort. He's got this big things on shoulders. He looks like he wears like a Nazi uniform, but he doesn't have a hat for some reason. Um, Black hair. Let me touch him 1 sec. No, he turned into a reptilian kind of Draco. He's not. That's why the black hair. He's the one who is just he says I'm a gatekeeper in between the military and Zeta Reticuli Grace and the Drago and Reptilians in our collaboration. That's why I keep all the contracts. Because we also have contracts with Grace and Nordic people, humanoids. So it gives you this paper. I see like a metallic stamp, but it's golden on the right bottom corner. And I get like a word energy signature that you just thought that you were signing it, and it's signed. It looks like it looks interesting. It looks like dots of forming something, like one complex shape. It looks much like a flat flower on top, like a daisy, but it's different. Um, so you take this contract, you tear it apart, 4 parts, 6 parts, create fireplace and put it on the fire. Knock the wall down, put the whole thing with a fireplace after it's burned and the wall into the fireplace also. And you say that you want to change your DNA. There's 3% of DNA that they mutated. You're just gonna undo it. You're gonna go back to when they did. They put some sort of transparent plastic tube on the tailbone there.
Is that why I have issues with my spine now?
Mm-hmm. They were doing injections in there to mutate your DNA. And also you had the squares running on both sides of your spine. So that was affecting it. It was taking a lot of energy from it and pressuring. There's a lot of pressure, and that's where the um, nervous nervous system is. So you were feeling discomfort, pain, pressure, misalignment, and things like that.
So I carried it to this life.
Yeah, because you also were attached to this brick wall. I mean, it's constantly like as if you were carrying very heavy on something. You couldn't really move. It's like they stuck you in one position, and basically you became like you couldn't move your spinal cord, your back, and it started getting like become like a rock, like without movement. So that caused the problems also, but there's multiple explanations for that.
Or can we undo that part? Can we take
Yeah,
the walls out?
yeah, because you detached yourself from that wall and you also took off the lines or katana, or is it English word? Forgot Italian. Um, the chains of those squares you took out, and you got the thing out from your head. Also, you threw them already out, and you're taking this. It's like huge balls of very dark energy in your chest and your stomach, with a slight connection in between, like a thread going in between. And you're taking them all out now. You're just collecting them like in snowballs, and this is just the fear throughout all those lives, that you'll never see your star again, that you'll never be back home. It's kind of like that, and also that fear that got you when they beamed your spaceship and it fell and it got destroyed. So you take that out, you open a portal and throw it out. You did change your DNA. You remove the 3%. You just went to the that time when you were little, and when they were doing injections. The main injection was at the age 18, that like I see all the time, close to 19 years old. Uh, that's when they started up the new program of experiments on you, and it was good for them that you were stuck on the wall. There's a specific thing. You also took off. There's a capsule around you. It's an energy capsule that was supposed to keep you stable, um, and also not see. So there's multiple things because you can see so well. They wanted to block it multiple ways possible. So no matter, it would take you a long time to figure out what to do about it.
So I'm almost practically a prisoner.
Yeah, I mean, we all are until we wake up and figure out, go through all these programs of different, um, different ways of deception, let's say, that they offer you when you wake up. Then you figure out that those are actually belong to deception circle on Earth, and then you go to the right one when you realize that you're very powerful, you're huge energy that can create anything you want. You don't have to listen to anybody, you have to listen to yourself only. Um, and you're perfectly capable of helping yourself and creating everything you need for yourself. But that takes time to figure out. Um, and you took like a hose and you're sprinkling water into yourself and saying that this water is gonna absorb all this bad lucks, that's how you call them, from previous lives, from this life, that caused you trouble, caused you emotional pain, physical pain, all these things that they caused, and they wrote down as in your contract, as your timelines, as your, people call them destinies, but they're really predetermined by those who are in control of this particular soul. And I just see like drops coming down, they're forming like spheres, and the spheres connect with each other, and there's a big sphere composed of water that you roll off to the side and open a door in your energy sphere and push it out, close it. And you're saying, and now I'm gonna go back, all the way back to where I came here, to be a messenger of truth, diplomat between different civilizations. And I'm just gonna delete that moment when they beamed us, and I'm gonna make a U-turn and go all the way back to my alpha Sextans planet, to my aka RT Akart people, humanoids. That's a race, that's how you call yourself, as I understand. And And I'm gonna tell them, but they do know. But the thing is, they also knew that I'm stuck. It's just a matter of they do have a connection with me. That's what your subconscious is saying. And all of us do have a connection with our people on different planets or stars, like mine. And they actually help us transmit energy and wake us up in our incarnations here. And when that happens, we strengthen that bond and we reconnect. We remember who we are, and they know through remembrance we can be free. That's the only way. They cannot come here and save us. We have to save ourselves. Now I'm free. Now I'm free. I'm happy that the physical part knows about it. You can ask me questions.
Which star did I come from? I was told that I came from Orion, Pegasus. Am I?
You've been on Orion Pegasus too, by the very last incarnation, free incarnation before you got to Earth. I see you are from Sextans constellation, the Alpha Sextant star. It looks like it's blue with white incorporated into blue. That's what I see. But you've been quite a bit. You had more than 60 different lives on different planetary systems, different constellations. You know Arcturians too. They're your friends in this particular life before the Earth's life.
So I'm no longer stuck at the wall?
The wall is gone.
Okay.
See, the Orion was taken over by reptilians, and it became Draco Reptilian Empire. There, right there. You were there before they came. You escaped from there and went into another life in another body. You understand how it happens? So the time doesn't exist, but a lot of a lot of wars, participated in wars too, Orion wars, and then a lot of souls from there who were hit and your body was killed, and you would go incarnate on other um, constellations or planets. So you kind of go in circles because you're in the spirit of winning the war because somebody's attacking your universe. We don't think of like, oh, I better escape. We think in terms of, oh, I better defend it. I better figure out what others form alliances and groups of us, peaceful beings, who would defend this universe because it's beautiful. They don't have the right to just take it. And that's probably why you incarnated there, because it's pretty highly technological. So they have equipment to fight off reptilians and
So why did I come to Earth now?
well, you came to Earth. Basically, right now you can, if you are asking about the mission, that's what usually people ask. It's
Yeah.
up to you what you want to do. You got stuck in a prison on the prison planet. You finally figured out how to get yourself unstuck, how to set yourself free, and by example, you can tell others. You basically energetically tell others because once you set yourself free, you send the information all around you to all the people whom you touch energetically, whom you are connected energetically, your friends, family, whatever people you talk to. So their subconscious automatically get the information from this session also. It happens like ding, like automatically. Um, that's what it is. I mean, you came here, you wanted to help out. You wanted to stop the slavery of taking human race as slaves, because you saw the trafficking of adults, children, in the universe going on, and your race got together with Arcturians, as I saw, and tried to send a peaceful mission, like in our understanding, like a mission. The six uh, um, carts, I guess, humanoids, to try to negotiate something against those Greys who were actually dealing with the government members and making them sign things, contracts, for trade of
Yeah.
technology for humans. But basically got trapped, got hit. They hit your ship and it was destroyed, and they got you as a prisoner. But that's why you came here, the original idea. And a lot of us came here to help, but then got stuck in endless incarnations without, because the memory is lost due to physical body filter. Plus, they do it on purpose in between lives. They erase memories, kind of like Nazis would do. First torture you in one life and then
Yeah.
erase your memories and torture you yet in other lives.
Will I be able to remember my past lives after the session?
At your own pace, you can start going into trance, and it's very easy to do. You can be taking a bath and starting to have flashbacks. They usually happen very out of the blue type. All
Yeah.
of a sudden you start seeing some things,
Yeah.
or remembering or feeling, oh, or your subconscious would actually show you a video, let's say, about some particular planet, or happens to be, and then you'll feel like, I've been there, I remember, because you're always right now you're open and strengthened this connection with your subconscious. So it's going to be like this, that you're going to be getting more and more sensitive. For some people, I mean, it takes a couple weeks, like I told you before. I had clients, when, I mean, people recognize them in the videos too. I would do a session for them, we remove implants, and then the client starts seeing by herself or himself, and then they come back for the session when they go in hypnosis. Um, and it's a great feeling to actually do it by yourself. So yeah, it depends. Everybody has his own pace, and what I recommend is just kind of enjoy the process, not to push it, not to get frustrated, because if you get frustrated or you have too much anticipation, I mean, you've studied QSHT, no expectations, right? That's what you
Yeah.
tell your clients. Yeah, kind of like that. Because when you lose all the expectations, that's when magic starts happening.
Well, that being imprisoned in that wall, it affected my spine and my vision because I'm single vision. I can see with one eye practically nothing except the big eye on the chart.
It's because there is a plate here, and remember the capsule?
Yeah.
See how interesting that you couldn't turn on the camera and I couldn't see you before session? Because of this capsule, they blocked even the camera of your computer.
Wow.
And so that's a very I mean, they blocked you so many ways, because the civilization it came from is very ancient, very developed. You have a lot of knowledge deep down in your
Okay.
subconscious.
Can we go and take that plate out? Now
You took everything out already.
I did, so it will
Yes.
help my vision and my spine.
Um, See, it took like a lifetime for the vision to get like this bad. So I cannot guarantee that you're gonna get
Yeah.
all the
Okay.
vision
All
back.
right.
You know how it goes. It's a physical
Yes.
body.
Yeah.
But I mean, in terms of sensitivity and seeing in trance, I'm sure you will, start feeling, seeing, knowing, um, much more because that was completely like blocking you. But now you're fully connected with your subconscious. So before you couldn't even get out of your physical body, basically. It's like you were stuck in it. Um, you couldn't astral travel, you couldn't do any of this. So,
Patriot Dave asks nice questions. I don't know what to ask.
yeah, I don't know. He would probably ask about chakras. I mean, your chakras were those squares
Yeah.
because inside there were like energy projections of energy boxes that they would collect energy from you.
Okay. What's going on with my first chakra? Because I have some pain in the cosings.
First chakra is what, I mean, I never studied chakras because they always felt like artificial to me. Is it, you mean crown, the head and top, or the bottom?
The bottom.
Because I have no idea. Oh, because I mean, you had hooks in your heels, and the square lines were going through your body, your legs, down to your heels, and it was like a capsule going under your feet. So it was all low vibrational, kind of like electric current going
Yeah.
around you all the time. So
That was positive current or negative?
no, it was low vibrational because they're low vibrational beings.
How about the heart chakra? Is my heart open? It looks like there is a wall there too.
Your heart,
Yeah.
you get like a huge gray ball of a lot of energy of fear concentrated in there throughout their lives.
Wow.
By the way, I see them on some spaceship somewhere because you push them out into the portal, and those gray and the two military and this Draco.
So I've been a warrior, eh?
Mm-hmm. Yep, that's for
How
sure.
is the throat then?
What is that?
How is the throat chakra? Same.
Throat is that they didn't want you to talk much, but I didn't see an implant in there. But what I saw is the lines of squares forming chain going through your throat on both sides and then going into on both sides of your spinal cord.
Oh my gosh.
So the whole thing was like all the organs basically were affected. So I'm sure he had problems here and there and pains going, you know,
Yeah.
and it's all gone now.
I hope so. Because I have osteopathic treatments 3 times a month.
Don't say I hope so because hope is actually a very low vibrational feeling.
Okay.
You just have to know they're gone and you're gonna be recovering, going back to normal as much as your physical body can, due to age and all of this. And it's just gonna get better and better. So it's gonna take time, but now you are not connected to the low vibrational wall with low frequencies, with that. It's almost like electric shocks going through your body. I mean, you don't have any of this, and you don't have the heaviness of the wall on your back either. So your bones, your structure, your spine is not affected anymore.
Okay. So am I fulfilling my purpose for being here now?
Yeah, yeah, because now is the time when everybody needs to liberate themselves.
Yeah, but when I talk about trafficking, pedophiles and monarchies and, excuse me, they think I'm off.
Well, now that you change that timeline, you're just gonna be probably doing what we are all doing, who are free, to travel, astral travel when your physical body is asleep. You'll probably be contributing and joining the group of people, souls who do this type of work. Sorry. So,
Is the session 1 hour?
no, I mean, the session is usually an hour and a half or two. No, you can ask questions. You can check on somebody if you want.
Can you? Okay.
Hmm.
Can you check on my nephew, my sister's son?
I see a dinosaur right away, and I see that he's got hybridized from the dinosaur reptilian looking being. He looks pale skin, kind of cream skin. Dino. He's he's basically holding him by hand. He's guiding him. He's telling him, I'm your guide, you have to listen to me. And I see like there's like his mother. He's got something going on with a lion being. I see a lion's head. I see a projection of a lion's head above her head in a strange green frame which looks like double Star of David. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
two, one on top of the other, green
Mhm.
color.
Yeah.
Um, it's like that being convinced her of being her guide also. And so basically she sees him as her guardian angel and accepts him, and then she tells her son that he has a guardian angel also. So they feel that her subconscious, they're talking to each other that way, and he doesn't like the way he's guided, but she tells him to be obedient and that they know better than us. So right here, and you give them the information. She's struggling to understand what it is all about, except the boy, her son, he doesn't want this. He doesn't want that dino in his energy sphere. He says, like, you should go away. I refuse. I don't want you in here with me. I want to be free. I see him pushing him out and pushing some stick out. Stick has some lines on it. It's like a contract of some sort. What it is? Because he's touching, he's going from 1 to 9. He says like I owe him from 1 to 9 something. I have no idea what it is. He throws the stick out. He sets it on fire. Throws it out of his energy sphere. And the mother still keeps reading the book you gave her. She doesn't really understand. Her consciousness is only 11%. hard for her to make sense of it. We could just leave her like that.
He's having a hard time.
He's having a hard time because he was constantly led in the wrong direction. To have the hard time to produce the energy, low vibrational energies of frustration and not fulfilling his inner something that he wants to feel but he can't because of the Xyno walking next to him.
Can we get it out?
Oh, he got it out himself. What you do is you share information and they do it for themselves. And if they have high enough consciousness level, then they absolutely do it for themselves. Then the subconscious part has to get to the conscious part, unless you share this information of a session with him. That would be best. And he'll, because he has to comprehend what was done by his subconscious part in the session, how he got rid of something that was blocking him on the way. But yeah, you can check on somebody else if you want.
Can I ask about Armenia? They're having a hard time. Corruption and neighbors.
Yeah, fighting with Azerbaijan, it's not them. They're very nice, peaceful people. I I kind of like got goosebumps because you have a strong connection to the land energetically, but also because you know that all they want to do is to raise their family and children in peace. And Azerbaijanis want the same, but they're brainwashed. Brainwashed, absolutely brainwashed by some um looks like purple skinned gray race with like eyebrows like creases instead of eyebrows and hanging over the black huge eyes, kind of like purplish skin, crazy
Yeah,
looking.
scaly.
Some hybrids definitely, yeah. Something crazy colors for sure. Not typical. But yeah, they're just trying to create more wars. The more wars, the more energy. The more energy, the more you can control and create more suppression and more artificial realities, more projects on humans in terms of DNA and mutation and all kinds of stuff. That's and plus they are working with reptilians also, which with whom they hybridized. So I understand because reptilians are the ones who want blood, who want people dead and eat them and all this vicious circle they love about the wars.
So it's the same thing all over the planet. Not
It's
particular.
the same, yes, because it's like Matrix is always powered by the energy of fear and
Yes.
war and
Yeah.
hatred towards each other.
Yeah. That's how they feed on.
Right.
Gosh. Can you check my sister?
Yeah, I see her. I see her as a crescent. You know, like a crescent moon sign.
Yeah.
And the part of the crescent is broken on the right of on her right side. It's like it's burned through, and it's like when you burn a fabric, kind
Mm.
of looks like that. And she's kind of like frozen. Her heart is broken. That's what I get from her.
What's my connection to her?
You don't have you don't have a connection to her, but you have an empathy to her, towards her, and you feel her. You know, you feel people. You know what's wrong with people inside.
But sometimes I feel burdened by her.
Because you're trying to take on so much of her pain, of that burned up inside soul mind connection. There's a lot of wounds there, and you feel heavy from her because of that.
Oh, between her and my nephew.
Hmm. Because they set up the whole system to suppress you. Because when you um raise up, you know, they know that the energy is going to be shooting them to do the same, and they don't want that. They don't want that, whatever we call it, the monkey effect or whatever, 100 monkey effect. Um,
That's
it's not that. It's a different thing. It's like when a star is turned off, the light is inside. It's got layers and layers and layers. Then you unlayer them, and you let the light shine. The same was the sun. You know, you put a membrane around it, it can't really give you energy and information through it. The light that carries information cannot get to you. And you do the same with the planet. You put like the membrane around the planet. It's like two membranes. Cannot communicate, just like people. You know, they communicate telepathically. They send energy, what you need. I'll give you this, and I'll wake people up. And it's kind of the same idea. In the family, when somebody wakes up, everybody's like, "Ooh, I don't like this light. It's too much, you know, you're different." And they start attacking that person simply because they're so comfortable in their low vibrational vibe and of this fear and, you know, fights, and it becomes like part of them, not liking each other, whatever that is, that in certain families, certain kind of templates that they install through the matrix system of people uh, talking to each other, with each other, communicating, and things like that. But yeah,
am I a healer?
yeah, you're a healer like everybody else, and when a healer awakens, and you absolutely can. I feel like you're more like communication with people, talking. You can do your sessions too.
Yeah, I'm
You
a massage therapist. Lately, it's becoming like spiritual counseling.
right. Well, talking, yeah, because you shine the light into their darkness and uncover some of the things they don't see in themselves. Easy from a third person perspective type thing, you know. And plus, you can pair it up with information, you know, and kind of expand. And because when we have clients and we do something, it's all about mutual expansion, right? We learn something from them, they learn things from us, we help each other. So it's a multi-layer energy information exchange that
Yeah,
happens.
yeah. There was a time I was picking up their negative energy. I was feeling their pain. And
Because
then,
you're sensitive.
yeah, and then it stopped. I don't know what I did or what happened. I'm not feeling as heavy. But lately, the last 2 months, I started feeling heavy again. And sometimes I say, it's none of my business what they're going through. What am I, their guru?
No, you're not the guru, but we absorb and process through us this false information that coming at us at full speed, and people want to know if it's false or it's true. And it's kind of like I see it on your shoulders, so you feel kind of heavy. But on top of that, the whole system that you just threw out in the portal of implants was also weighing you down. So you kind of like mentally suppressed by all the news. Because even if you don't learn about the news, you feel them. Like I don't read or watch any of
No, I
this
don't, but I
negative,
feel
but
it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. But I still feel it.
I
So
mean, it's in the air.
exactly, because it's a grid system. We're walking through it. We're constantly in the waves of it. Informational, sound, program waves. I mean, it's like tons.
Well, they said that the artificial intelligence has been disconnected now, and the rest is for us to wake up and stand up. So if we're not getting any negative information, it should be easier to process something.
Some things are still running, and they also, I feel like a lot of times they would say that everything's disconnected, everything is great, and all dumps are cleared up, but they're not. That's what I see. Moon is not completely cleared up, Mars not, still programs running, and
Or
so
they said the moon and the Mars has been liberated, so is Antarctica.
I don't I don't see that it's fully liberated, and some of us seers don't see it either. But some people who spread the information are controlled, and because they're controlled, the information is a mixture of truth and untruth. You have to filter it, and because otherwise, none of those things would be still happening. It's a slow process. It's not like they're gonna do it for you. We are
Because
actually doing it.
because still the momentum is going. It's going to take time. You cannot stop from 100 mile to zero all of the sudden.
Right. And you can't also liberate anything overnight.
Yeah.
Some of the things are still in process.
And you cannot liberate somebody who's holding the chains. That's what Elena
Mm-hmm.
says. Yeah.
Exactly, because they like the system. There's a lot of people actually they're more comfortable just following the commands, what
Exactly.
just
That's what I was going to say.
just to follow their comfortable life, and they would do anything just to continue as
Yeah.
comfortable as it is.
Yes. Yes.
Um,
How do you
okay.
see my how do you see my health now? Is there
You
anything?
you want me to look like ahead of time, a year from now? I can do that.
Okay.
On the timeline from now, because you raise your vibration right now, all your energy bodies are clean. I just see you just kind of like fresh air. That's what I kind of smell. And you feel lighter. You feel transparent, like transparent in your vision, transparent in your perception. And overall, the world is different in a year anyway. So I see it more like brighter colors. I don't see fog. I don't see dark sky, overcast, no sun. I don't see any of this.
How
But
about my
that,
sister?
but that, of course, I mean, with that said, right? You know how timelines change. So
Yeah.
hopefully we're gonna go at the speed we're going, and all together, and more people are gonna wake up to support this timeline.
I I am changing so much. Sometimes I wonder if I'm normal. The relationships that I have, I don't like anymore.
Because they are not. you don't resonate with those people anymore. You clearly, in the environment like this, when everybody is under pressure, you can see who is a strong-willed, true to yourself, honest with yourself, soul and body and mind, and who is not. That's why, you kind of group up with the people you resonate with at every level: mental, emotional, soul, physical, mentality, everything. So that's why we lose. We lose. We lost. Most people lost a lot of friends and all this
Yes, I have
craziness. I
nobody
don't
to
want to say the
relate to now
words. Yeah,
except my dog.
exactly. But it's for a reason, and it's kind of like a reflection period also. And after the reflection period, the sun's gonna come up, and everybody will be busy. And so take it as you can rest now before the work comes, like that. So you can, what how you see it is how you feel is very important. Any situation can be interpreted, how many ways from different perspectives.
And a lot of times I feel protected.
Because by your knowledge, you protect yourself. Our knowledge protects us. The more you understand, the more you're protected by your own consciousness.
Can you tell me what's the name of my higher self?
Alaya came right away and was A at the in the beginning, A at the end. Alia.
Aliyah. I like
Yeah,
that name.
yeah.
Do you know James Gilliland?
No.
Okay, he told me my higher self is Blaji.
Mm. Hey,
Aliyah.
you can have different names
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
To
yeah.
be honest, like most of the time, I don't even check on the names because we don't really have names. We have frequency pattern. That's what we have. I don't have a name as my higher self goes. I never see a name for myself.
I, a lot of people see a lot of uh, light balls. I don't see anything.
Mm, I actually started talking about myself. All I saw is a white horse, like a face of a white horse. That's probably who I am. No, I'm kidding, but yeah.
Okay. Can I ask question about the present? I want to travel. I guess now the COVID came, we can't
Oh,
travel.
would you just don't say those words in case we publish, because the video is gonna be deleted. And
Oh,
just saying, use the code and
yeah,
code.
yeah, yeah. Okay. I
Yeah, the travel, the all this, it's gonna end in form for 4 or 5 months. This craziness is gonna end.
they're closing a lot of sites when they mention the word, yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, they delete channels too. They gave me
Okay.
strike over it
Wow.
too. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't take the thing. Should
Mm-hmm.
I take it?
Ask yourself, should you
I
take
don't
it?
want to take, but I'm under pressure surrounding me. Oh, you should take it. You're helping humanity. Like, how about me?
Well, when you're honest with yourself, do you feel like you have to take it? When you follow your feeling inside, do you think it's good for you?
I don't think so. I'm not going to take it, but there is so much pressure.
Well, the pressure is what makes you strong. The pressure is what gonna make us stand up and defend our rights, right? And show others how you stand up for yourself. And for by doing that, you create a new world. Unless you want to be a perfect prisoner and hold your chains, like you said, then do it.
how can I help my nephew? He's not communicating with me because he wants to be away from everybody.
He might change if his subconscious talks to his conscious and succeeds in building communication channel. You're gonna see. I get 12 weeks. In 12 weeks, you're gonna see if it changed anything.
He was depressed or something happened. He lost both parents within 10 months when he was 19, 20. And
Mm-hmm.
since then apparently he didn't recover the emotional pain. He's still stuck there. It's been 25 years, he's still stuck.
Yeah, because he's in some lab on bed and with the straps around his wrists, and this is what they just wanted him down. I think he's just participating in some sort of experiment on humanity. That's what I got. Taurus, Taurus, Taurus experiment 23. Something for the year 2023. TORUS. I think Umbrella Corporation is involved in some of the major research centers in that. You gave him information though.
How?
You came to him in the astral, your astral body came to his, and you touched him on his shoulders, and you disconnected his machine, and you froze those around.
I do the removing low frequencies. I
Mm-hmm.
do that session on him, like calling the low frequencies to leave the person and any mental blockages to be removed. And I ask the higher self to help to seal all the light body or anywhere that is leaking the energy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but it wasn't helping because they kept putting some strange implants inside of him, putting them in and taking them out, and there's just weird thing that looks like that the keyhole. That's how exactly how it looks. It goes in his chest and down, 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 down to his reproductive organs,
Oh my
and
God.
it kind of like glows as pink purple. It's weird, but very dark, kind of pink and purple colors. Um, there's something about it that supposed to that's like a space that they hold, and inside they put some wires and some chips, and they see how his cardiovascular system reacts, how his neurons, how his lymphatic system, immune, how hormonal production is affected, things like that. But I see him like he opened his eyes. I think he's gonna do something about it.
He's not even here. He's in the West Coast. I don't
I know
even.
it doesn't matter. We're
No,
working
like
with
I
his energy
cannot.
body.
Yeah, you told me I can do it in the astral form. Yeah, okay. My heart goes out to him.
Yeah, I understand, but that was planned. They wanted him in this kind of singularity that what comes to me in both physical and the astral body. alone, single, kind of, you know, energetically away, low in emotions and all this, damaged type, low vibrational. It's easier to work the implants in and experiments when you keep somebody in low vibration nonstop through trauma. Yeah, I think he's gonna do something. He just slows. He's kind of taking it pass by pass. What he did is just he left this laboratory and he's going down the stairs to some particular spaceship. I think it's his. He's gonna process things there. There's some beings that he turns into that being too, just like them. They look the same now.
Is he suffering?
No, he's not suffering anymore. He's just like, he's taking his time. He left the lab. He's taking his time to understand the information. His conscious mind needs time. His subconscious mind needs time, and his conscious mind needs to be connected and understand what his subconscious is trying to convey to him in terms of information, which is with him is a slow motion process, as I feel, is to go through different barriers of understanding that he built up some understanding or consciousness system or the fundamental things that he believes in. They have to be, some of them have definitely to be shattered or broken for him to understand more of this. But yeah, we can leave him. We can't really, push anybody to liberate themselves, because then it would not work anyway.
Oh. I understand you can't force the rose to open. It has to come its time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anything else I should be aware of? How do you see him next year, in a year or two?
Different timelines split. His conscious part doesn't understand, and they take him back, or he does get to the point of understanding, but it would take up to 9 months to do that, and he liberates himself. Both timelines are right now, because he's still like thinking.
Wow.
Anything you have to be now, your subconscious raised, you raised your vibration, peace with yourself. That's what I hear. And you're just saying that stay like that, stay focused on keeping your energy up, and everything's gonna be fine. Just have to go through this. Everybody's going through this all together. Oh, then you'll be looking back and thinking, oh, I'm glad I did go through it. I learned so much, and I'll never repeat the same experience again.
Yeah.
And we all helped each other, so we pulled through. Be proud of yourself. I guess that's what your subconscious is saying.
Okay. Thank you.
Let me turn on the recording